Hello everyone, welcome to ETimes. I'm Rachit Gupta, and today joining us for a conversation is Adivi Sesh. We're going to talk about his latest film, Major, which has been rocking the box office, not just in India and overseas as well. So let's just get into that conversation. Hi Sesh, how are you?
Doing well, doing well. I just got confirmation that we hit 1 million in the US.
Awesome. That's good news.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have a bit of a habit of sort of throwing googlies up front in interviews, but I'm just gonna
कोई नहीं यार spin bowling खेल लेते हैं, no problem.
It's a bit of a twisty, but it's something that it's always intrigued me because when the 2008 stuff happened with Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan, and I remember I was watching it on TV, and this has always affected me. I really wanted to know what must have been going on in his head, when he charged to on his mission. My question to you is: had Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan been alive today, or while you were doing this film, what would have been that one question you would have asked him before doing this film?
I don't know if it would have been a question.
Okay.
I would have said thank you.
Right.
I think I would have said thank you because, see, now here's my googly answer. I feel like someone great, like Gandhiji's last words were, "Hey Ram."
Yeah.
I feel like Major Sandeep's last words are, "Don't come up, I'll handle them." Now, these words, they can just be taken off as off-the-cuff remarks, like in the moment he said it. But if you look at it, once I studied his life, once I spoke to his parents in depth, once I spent time with his friends, his superiors, his junior officers, hostages he saved, I realized that that's essentially sort of like the sunglasses through which he saw life.
Yeah.
He saved someone from suicide when he was in 9th or 10th standard. He saved animals all the time. Carried someone on his shoulder, walked alone in the bitter cold for 12, 18 hours in Kashmir. So this man had done it his whole life. He lived that way. He loved that way. He was a son like that. He was a husband like that. So for him to say, "Don't come up, I'll handle them," knowing that if he goes in, he's not going to come back, that's an extraordinary feat. Many people we admire don't necessarily do. So I'm so proud. So all I would say is thank you.
Right. Right. Now I know, Major has succeeded with the Telugu audiences. And you just told me that it's hit 1 million mark in the US. While I was sort of, we were sort of exposed to the publicity of the film. I always felt that you guys as a team were always very assured and confident about the product you had, about the story. Was that so?
Definitely, I think it came from two places. One, emotionally, we had seen what the film was doing to people in our secret screenings, not the announced screenings. We'd done these like Ormax type marketing screenings, and we were seeing, imagine a marketing screening where people are given a questionnaire and people are screaming Bharat Mata Ki Jai in the screening. So once that started happening, we knew it. And in addition to that, the film was financially, we'd made all our money back a year ago.
Okay.
So we have nothing to lose. Creatively, we're assured. Emotionally, I'm doing it for the right reasons. And financially, we're safe. So the only place to go was up.
Right.
And I think that's why we did these sort of historic 10-city preview 10 days before release.
It's interesting you mention all of this, these marketing screenings and this assured confidence that you guys have. How much of this came from your star producer, Mahesh Babu? Because look, he's been in the industry for so long. So was he the right guy to produce this film?
I think Mahesh sir is sort of our backbone. He's the reason we have strength. A lot of the crazy ideas are ours, but the strength to execute those crazy ideas comes because we have someone holding our back saying, "I got your back." So I think that happened a lot. And frankly, every time Sony might have gotten nervous about something, Mahesh sir would stand up for us, and vice versa. But this preview screening idea was something Sony was on board with from day one. Their only thing was, don't do it too early before the release, because even if there's people talking that they love the film, it'll be too thanda by the time release comes up.
And did you guys have to wait because of the pandemic, or?
Oh yeah.
How long was it?
Every time we would get into a groove, ki, "Yaar, chalo, ab lag gaya, we are shooting." Oh, break. Okay. First wave was 6 months. We just started shooting. Then second wave, so many people had lost family in the crew. And second wave, we again started getting into the zone. Second wave hit. Again, after that, we finally probably did a good, solid 60-day shoot over the course of 4 months, and then I got hit with dengue. Also, the insane body transformations that was happening, it probably affected my health, and I just couldn't recover for a month. I didn't look the part of a soldier. I was too skinny and feeble, so I needed to build back up, get my muscle back up, and then do those final NDA training scenes.
Crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go to Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan's parents. I know, I've read their reactions, I've seen the videos. That was a lovely moment, you hugging his mother as well at the screening. Now, question over here is, you've worked on this film. You've literally relived Major Unnikrishnan's life. What sort of a bond did you form with his family, and how have they reciprocated to you?
My bond is as Sesh. A lot of people have, might I say, a tad insensitively said, so unko apna Sandeep mil gaya. I think that's a very insensitive thing to think about, because I believe I am nowhere near as close to being as great as Major Sandeep. And I can only hope to be a second son to them. Someone who's there. And I'll always be there. That emotion has taken over, and it's gone beyond the film. The film is now a product of our love, rather than the love being a product of our film.
Right. That's a nice one. Okay, coming back to the performance, and over here I would like to ask you, Telugu circuits have done phenomenally well, overseas has done phenomenally well. Are you disappointed, or are you okay with the way the Hindi version of the film is done?
No, I mean, I'm very open about it. I think I was in the press conference. You were there earlier, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I actually said it. I said, day one when we opened in Hindi, everyone said, oh, kya ho gaya, like such a big opening in Telugu, but what about Hindi? And then those whispers got a little louder day two. Then those whispers started getting louder on Sunday, when suddenly they started turning the other way. Those whispers started turning positive. Like, oh, people are actually watching the film. And then by Monday, people are like, oh, there's no big Monday. Friday and Monday are almost the same. And then Tuesday, there is no difference. There is no drop. So here we are on a Wednesday. So it's like, okay, it's like that engine that keeps on going. It's like that Bajaj Chetak from the 90s. So I think day one, it was interesting because on one hand I was fielding congratulatory calls from my Telugu fans and friends and family and industry that like, this is historic, it has opened 4 times the size of your last film. So on that, and on the other hand, Sony's calling me, said, don't worry, it'll pick up, karke wo mujhe console kar rahe hain. So I'm like fielding both calls in the same half an hour, which is a very weird space to be in. But one thing I knew was whoever sees the film is going to like it.
Right.
So then I was just like, all right, we just have to make sure people get the word out. So we just made sure people got the word out.
Okay. Because, a very interesting story for me was, especially this weekend, was that, you had 2 huge releases.
Yeah.
I mean, on one side you had Akshay Kumar's Prithviraj, on the other side you had Kamal Hassan's Vikram. Huge films. And Kamal Hassan sir's Vikram got a huge opening. Of course, in Tamil Nadu markets, but nevertheless. So was that playing in your mind? And for your film to still earn the kind of box office it has done, I mean, what do you feel about that?
I mean, look, we're about to touch 50 crores. So, I mean, I don't quantify the success of a film by box office, but, it is what it is. We have more than tripled what we spent on the film. so that's not something we're worried about. But I grew up on these men's movies, man. I've said it in interviews before, but Vasanta Kokila, which was Sadma in Hindi, that's again an all-time top 5 for me. The acting as a monkey in the train scene, like that's an all-time top 5. I'm like saying, I want a happy accident to happen on set like that for me. And then I remember being a kid dancing on Chura Ke Dil Mera. So I don't necessarily look at it from a space of, "Arey, main ke saath compete kar raha hu." I'm this new guy. I don't come from a film background. I've made my way. I was a villain in Bahubali, turned a hero after that, did my part, put in my hard work, and by God's grace, I've had 5 consecutive hits. So, and this one being my biggest, which frankly is a game changer for me in Telugu. And in Hindi has suddenly ensured that 3 people have offered me a film in the last 5 days.
Wow.
So, But all of this pales in comparison to the fact that Amma, I call Auntie Amma, she told me 2 days before the release, the Bangalore premiere, she came to watch it. She said, 23 years ago, I wore this sari for Sandeep's graduation. Today I'm wearing it for you.
Nice.
So, I mean, when I hear words like that, in my mind, when you tell me Prithviraj and like all that doesn't make sense anymore because like I'm emotionally connected to something else.
Okay, fair enough. But drawing you back from the emotions, I have to ask you this because this is a raging topic right now. A lot of media, a lot of viewers, they are now, statistically as well as quantitatively, qualitatively comparing the South films to Hindi films, and they're saying South films have an edge. This weekend, again, there is a case that proves Major has done well, Vikram has done well, Prithvi Raj not so much as people were expecting. Do you have an opinion on this? Is there actually a competition? How do you, as a writer, as a producer, as a director, as an actor, see it?
I think the competition is between good film and bad film. Badrinath Ki Dulhania was like a favorite. Like whenever I'm depressed, I'll watch Badrinath Ki Dulhania. So for me, the competition is between good film and bad film. The competition isn't between South film or North film. Because what is a North film when I've made a major in Hindi sitting in Hyderabad?
Right.
Revati Garu came from Chennai. Prakash Raj sir came from Bangalore. Murli Sharma sir came from Mumbai. The dubbing of the film happened in Mumbai. The post-production happened in Hyderabad. So what is it? Is it a South film or a North film? The money came from LA, from Sony. So what are we really talking about? So I think it's like car parts today. Like, where is it from? At the end of the day, it's an Indian film. And the competition truly is between good film and bad, nothing else.
Right. Great. Last two questions. Now, this is something very interesting. A lot of reviews that I was watching and reading, I saw a lot of people commenting that they thought you look like a young Hrithik Roshan.
Really?
Certain portions. Yes, there are some comments. Now, the interesting thing is here, there is a history between you and Hrithik. There was conjecture about ZNMD being remade as one of your films as well. So there's a bit of a history. But nevertheless, what I'm trying to ask you is...
Right.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to ask is that a good pedestal to be on that, you can sort of look forward to? As you said, there have been Hindi films offered to you. So do you think there's a space you can sort of grow into as a Hindi hero?
Look, I was this kid, right? I was super small. I remember being in Kakinada, a small town in Andhra. And I was watching Kahuna Pyar in a full house. And I promise you, the entire audience didn't speak Hindi. I was the only one who understood Hindi. Okay. And we're all, when Hrithik sir came up, we're all doing this, when he came on. That's all we know, man. I mean, I don't even think about it like that. For me, it's just like I'm doing my own thing. Why is Amir sir called the Indian Tom Hanks? Why can't he just be the Indian Amir Khan? So, I don't want to be a young Hrithik. I want to be a young Sesh.
Okay, that's a good note. So, we'll hope that we see a lot more films from you, Sesh, in Hindi as well as Telugu. And best of luck for Major's coming few weeks as well.
Thank you, brother man.
Right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on ETimes.